Hello everyone, welcome to Crystal Eclipse. My name is Jessica. In this video, we'll be asking the cards about your future spouse and their first impression of your looks and your personality when you meet. I have 4 stacks for you all today. Starting over here, we have a ring, a key, the Eiffel Tower, and lastly a rose. Choose whichever stack or stacks call out to you, and we'll get started. You can check the description box or the comment section for timestamps if you'd like to skip directly to the stack or stacks you've chosen. Starting with our first stack and the ring. Our first card is the Fool. Next we have the 4 of Feathers, Sanctuary and Rest, Mending, and lastly Paradisiacal. You belong to paradise. So I'd say with this first card here being the Fool, it seems almost as if this is their response to seeing you. This is the way that they react to you, their impression when they see you. And there's something about the way you look or the way that you walk up to them, the way that they see you, that really makes them just want to jump into this relationship. Like they're ready to be committed to start this relationship, not just to have like a date here and there. They're really ready to be a part of a committed relationship when they see you. And this isn't something that they've done before. They're never the type to really want to settle down or to just sort of feel that emotional like strength immediately. They're not ones to really invest a lot in the beginning, mostly because they just never found somebody that really spoke to them until they met you. And it's not like it's purely physical attraction. There's something that they can feel off of you, like they can feel the air that you give off, the aura that you have, and they're really interested in that. They really like just the way that you make them feel when you're around them. We have 4 feathers coming in with Sanctuary and Rest, and that really plays off of that aura that you have. And I'm sure a lot of people tell you that they feel really comfortable around you, that they feel like they can talk to you, and they feel like you're the type of person who they can open up to, who just is sort of like a home to them, or a haven, somewhere that they can go that they feel really safe and like they're not being judged. Your personality is that really matches well with others. You're all about being with other people, and they really see that immediately. And throughout that like first meeting, what forms their first impression of your personality is that you're approachable, you're very kind, very calm. You're not the type of person that's really like aggressive, and they can see what you want, they hear you, they can listen to what you're saying, and there's a lot of things that they really share with you, that like feelings, ideas about the future, just views about the world. There are lots of things that you two have in common, and they really just like the way that you two get along throughout that first meeting. When Mending comes along, I would say Mending is an interesting card to have here because we're seeing like it's sort of fixing something. But with this, I would say that this is representing them realizing like this is the relationship that they sort of been waiting for, the time that they've been hoping would come, but they didn't actually think would come. And I would say that it seems almost like they sort of gave up on having that like soulmate or perfect person in their life for them. But when they meet you, they can have those hopes back. They have like a renewed feeling about just having a brighter future with somebody, together with somebody. With Paradisiacal, we're seeing you belong to paradise, meaning that there is happiness, and that really does tie back into all the other cards of like this really good positive first meeting. It really shows you two are compatible when you first meet. And it's odd because I don't see it as one that's like an intense first meeting. I don't see like you two getting really into conversations, but it's like that minimalist sort of conversations that you have, that the little things that you share about your lives and sort of what you like to do, your hobbies and interests. All those little things really are like setting the foundation for this relationship without either one of you realizing it. It's really a unique way that you two really bond with each other without realizing that you're sort of bonding with each other, if that makes any sense. But I see when it comes to your personality, they just really feel like you're comfortable to be around. They're really happy being around you. And throughout the relationship, like as you get closer, they'll tell you this, like you're somebody that is really comfortable. You're like home to them. You're somebody that they can return to and sort of forget about the rest of the world, forget about the problems. You're somebody that is like your paradise to them. You're somebody perfect for them, and they really sense that immediately. They love your personality. Your personality is just like a dream to them, somebody that they didn't expect to find, somebody that they didn't think would exist. And what's interesting is we don't see anything that necessarily screams the way that they look at you physically, like your physical appearance. But I would say that this is something good because it's not something that they're focused on when they meet you. They're not focused on your looks. But all of these pictures are very lovely, like attractive, pretty, like gorgeous, handsome, whatever way you want to look at these pictures. They're all very nice. And I think the way that they look at you, the way that they look at your features, the way that you dress, the way that you appear to them, they just think that your overall appearance is wonderful. Like, there's something about you. You don't have to dress up for them. You don't have to, like, wear your finest clothes. You don't have to, like, style your hair, put on makeup, wear jewelry, whatever it is. They don't need that, because you alone, as you are naturally, is just as attractive as any other form of you. They really just think that you're great. But I would say with this stack, mostly I would focus on them just really being happy that they found somebody that they're interested in, that they want to grow with. So that's what I'm seeing with this first stack and the ring. Starting with our second stack and the key. Our first card is the Ten of Cups. Next we have Transformation, Transition, and Liberation. Imagine. And Effervescence, Cultivate Love. I'd say that this card right here is a great card to start off with, the Ten of Cups, with this relationship, because we see two people sort of like walking down an aisle. People are celebrating in the background. It's really like exciting card when it comes to relationships. And I would say that this is really like the epitome of their feelings when it comes to them meeting you. They are just so happy. They love like everything about you. They love the way that you talk, your personality. They love the things you have that are like quirky. They love your style. They love just that you're you, like everything about you. They're just super excited about it. And it sounds sort of odd, but it's not, because it's their personality that sort of is this way. They're just excited about meeting you and finally getting to sort of have somebody that is somebody they can have conversations with, somebody they can be around, somebody that they really enjoy the company of. But I would say it seems like almost there was a delay in meeting you, and to finally get to meet you is what's causing this excitement. So it's almost like there was a relationship before you two met. Maybe like you just talked to each other online, or it was long distance and you just didn't get the opportunity to meet. This could be something that you've spoken to for a long time, but it never developed into a relationship. But what I'm seeing is there wasn't, the opportunity to meet wasn't as fast as you both had hoped for. So there's a lot of excitement when it comes to seeing you like actually in person. So that's like the major thing about that card. They're just happy to see like you in real life with them. When it comes to transformation, transition, and liberation, we're seeing like sort of a freedom here. And I would tie that back into the first card, where they finally get that chance, that opportunity to see you, to be with you, to sort of do things with you, to go out on dates with you, to take you where they wanted to take you to meet friends, to take you to meet family. It's like they're finally free. They're not held back anymore to do all those things. And they're really like excited about doing all those things. And I would say that you definitely read that off of them. The way that they interact with you, you can tell that they're incredibly excited to just finally have that opportunity to be with you. When it's your personality interacting with them, I could say like overall, the cards are sort of representative of the way that they view your personality. They are excited because they already got to know you within this card. They already know your personality, and they already like your personality. To be able to expand upon that personality, meaning like they could actually interact with you in person and get to know you closer, I would say that it only like further strengthens their view of you and their sort of love of your personality. So it really is like they already do really like you as a person. They really do enjoy having conversations with you, and that's what helps this relationship grow and really build into what this relationship will be in the future. When it comes to looks, I would say that what they thought you would look like, meaning if they did see pictures or if they didn't, whatever their mindset was of how you would look in real life when they finally got to see you, it sort of exceeds what they thought. They sort of had an idea of what you'd look like. They had that image in their head of, oh, you'll have these features, or you'll look this way. But when they see you, they're like, wow, you're even more attractive than I thought you'd be. You're even more like beautiful. You're even more handsome. You're even more like just lovely. Somebody who is just incredibly attractive to them. And it's like a buildup. Like they've been waiting for this and waiting for this, and everything is even more than they had hoped for. And we see cultivate love here within this card, and we see she's sort of a flower here, so it's growing. Love is expanded, it's being built upon, it's being nurtured, and it's growing stronger and stronger. And that really shows the like overall feeling that this person has. Their first impression when they see you, it's that this relationship or meeting you was so perfect, it went so well, that it was like a sign to them that it is something that they want to make sure grows, that they want to invest a lot within this relationship to ensure that you two will have a successful relationship. So I would say overall, it's like they know that you're going to get married. They know that you're special to them, that this is a true love within this relationship. And just meeting you and seeing you, it's almost like, oh my God, you're real. Like you actually do exist. And it only strengthens their beliefs in this being a good relationship for them, for you, and for both of you. So overall with this deck, I would say that they're just really excited to see you. They already love your personality. They see you and they think you're just gorgeous. Like there's nobody else on earth that can be more attractive than you. But it really is something that's like a really good, positive first meeting. And that's what I'm seeing with this second stack and the key. Starting with our third stack and the Eiffel Tower. Our first card is the Chariot. Next we have the Two of Shells, Union and Harmony. No Place Like Home. And lastly, we have Oblivion, Open Your Arms. So starting off with this first card here, we see Alice here with this flamingo trying to hit the little hedgehog into the goal, but the hedgehog is not staying a ball, and the flamingo's neck has gone limp. So it's sort of a struggle. And I would say where this represents that initial meeting is not that it's a struggle. It's more that I think this person is going in sort of thinking, oh, this isn't going to work out, or this is going to be like previous relationships. But we have it directly followed by the Two of Shells with Union and Harmony, meaning things are really working out well. Everybody's able to work well with each other. So it contradicts the previous card. This is what they're going in thinking, but this is the outcome of it. They meet you and every single thing about you really meshes well with them. And it's not to say that you two have like everything in common, everything's perfect, like all your hobbies, interests, political views, relationships, everything's like identical. What it means is every place that you need to match up with each other, you match up with. If you're the easily excited type, they're the calm type. If you're the outgoing type, they're the more introverted type. But you balance each other out and bring out the best in each other and are able to sort of calm things down or de-escalate situations that the other person might be a little too excited, and everything really works out well between you two. And when it comes to this first meeting, when they expect to go in and find somebody sort of incompatible with them, somebody who doesn't really quite fit what they'd hoped for, they realize quite fast through your personality, through these conversations that you first have, that you really do match well with them. You're somebody that they can have a good conversation with, but doesn't really like leave them upset or leave them feeling like they didn't get any of their own opinion heard. They really feel like this is like a true equal relationship. Both of you validate each other. Neither one of you really says anything that would hurt the other. And this goes for the entire relationship. This is like a true love situation here. This is a true bonding situation where you two get along so well that it's really meant to be. This relationship is like soulmates. This is a true relationship. You guys will never have major arguments. You'll never have misunderstandings. You guys will always solve your problems in like very mature styles where you're surprisingly capable of just hearing the other person out. You don't get upset with the other person. You don't really get angry. This is something where you try very hard to work issues out so that you can sort of just dedicate time to being with the other person, get back into that loving relationship so that you don't feel upset by not having spent that moment, loving them. we have no place like home here. And this is a really big card in this stack, because we have Two of Shells, union and harmony, and then we have no place like home. I mean, like, this is where you two bond. Within that first meeting, personalities are just really going together well. The way that they see you, the way that they interact with you, the way that they want to continue to interact with you. And I would say, like, this person will call you immediately after the first date or the first time you meet. They'll want to stay in contact. They want to, like, they can't wait to see you again. This is something they're like, they feel like they're meant to be with you, and they need to be with you. They just are always there, thinking just solely about you and this relationship. It's something that has really made them happy, or will make them happy when you two meet. It's just something really great to them. When it comes to Oblivion here, I would say that this is sort of the way that they approach you, the way that they meet you, the way that they look at you. And rather than seeing any major signs about, like, they think that you're like a goddess or god, or like just a perfect person, I would say that when they see you, they're able to look past all the, like, adornments or the fancies, or anything, like the makeup, the hair, the suit, the tie, like anything that's like overly done. They're able to really look past all that and see the real you, see the person that you will be when you're with them. And they think you're just perfect for them. You're perfect for them. It's not to say that you're not attractive or anything. It's just their way of looking at your looks is that they can't imagine anybody else being more perfect for them. They can't imagine anybody else like being to them what you are. You have this, like, radiance to them, this sparkle, this glow, this almost like when you walk into the room, you are what they see. And this will go on for the remainder of your relationship. You will always be the, like, sparkle, the major thing that catches their eye. Always. There's something that is so attractive about you that makes them so perfect, or makes you so perfect to them. So that's what I'm seeing with this third stack. It's really something that's very compatible, and they love the way you look. They love your personality. They love that you've sort of given them a new hope, and that you sort of you complete them really within this stack. So that's what I'm seeing with this and the Eiffel Tower. Starting with our last stack and the Rose, we have the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Acorns, Discovery and Enthusiasm, Milk and Honey, and lastly, Lavaria, Let Love Grow. So it's interesting with all of these cards, we see a lot of sort of positivity and sort of a look toward the future with all of them. We see this first card where they're going into this relationship or this first meeting, and they're wanting to get to know you. They're wanting to really get to know what kind of person you are, what your likes are, what your interests are, just everything about you, what your job is, or if you're going to school, what you're studying, and just things about you. They really want to just get to know you. They don't want to really rush into a relationship. They don't want to, like, make you feel uncomfortable. They don't want to make it too serious immediately. They want to just progress to see where it goes in a more natural way. So rather than progressing, like, straight into a romantic relationship, it's almost like they want to be friends first, so that they know you're the kind of person that they want to be around. And that's just their personality. They're not ones to be really, like, jumping into things. They're just more reserved. They're sort of slow when it comes to the start of a relationship, but it's them sort of being careful. But as this meeting progresses, and I would say, like, after this first meeting, their first impression is so, like, you're interesting. You're very interesting to them. They haven't ever met somebody like you. They haven't met somebody who has the personality you have, or is, like, as intriguing. You're very different to them. They want to hear you talk. They want to hear more about your life. They like having conversations with you. And I would say that they're not really the talkative type, or the type that really likes to have conversations, but there's something that's different about you. And we can see that with Page of Acorns, Discovery and Enthusiasm. They're actually excited to meet you and to get to know you, and to go on dates with you, or go out with you more frequently, or again. And this isn't normal to them. This isn't something that they really are used to. That's just not their personality type. But with you, really interested about that, because it's something that they feel really excited about. Like they're very positive and optimistic about this relationship. We see milk and honey coming in, and that's like everything's great, fantastic. This is really a good moment for both of you, but especially for them, because they sort of see this as that start that they were hoping for, a relationship that they had longed for but never really thought would happen to them. They didn't expect like somebody like you to come into their life. They didn't know when, if anything, like when in the future this would happen. So sort of meeting you, they're like, this is great. You're wonderful for them. Your personalities match well, even though they might not be as talkative, or they might be more on the reserve side. If you're outgoing, it's still to them like it's something that they desire. You're the personality type that they want a relationship with. So this first meeting to them is like a rainbow. This is it. This is the card that represents how they feel after that first meeting. Like they're so happy, they're so excited. They like everything that they had hoped would go well went well. Like this is a perfect opportunity for them. They could not have expected this first meeting to go better. And I was also say, because of all this, because of this positivity, right? That means that like when they see you, they just think you're like incredibly attractive, and that they couldn't find somebody more attractive. They didn't expect somebody as attractive as you to be interested in them. They just think like you are amazing. They love everything about your appearance, because it is something that they sort of hope for. Every single thing that is about you, your personality, your voice, your eyes, your looks, it's like it's what they'd hoped for without realizing that's what they wanted. So they're just, it's a really great positive moment for them, and they're really like embracing of this relationship with you. On that first meeting, that first impression is just like they're really enthusiastic about the progression of the relationship. When we see Lotharia coming in, we see Lotharia representing an unhealthy relationship, an unhealthy growth, or something that is too controlled. But with this stack, I would say, because we see that coming in last, it's almost like they know that you're special, that there's something about you that they want in your life. So they're going to be extra special, like when it comes to paying attention to everything. They're going to put more attention on how they interact with you, how they hold themselves, how they present themselves. They don't want you to feel like they're not interested, because I know with the first card I said that they're not like the fastest moving in a relationship, but they don't want you to think that they're not interested in you. So it's more of them trying to figure out like how to balance things out. They are interested in you, or they will be interested in you. They love your personality. They love like that you're able to get along as well as you do. And it's really like a great stack, very positive stack, where almost everything that could go right really what goes right within this stack. And that's what I'm seeing here. They love your personality, find you attractive, they want to get to know you more, and it's something that they're not used to, but they're really enthusiastic about. Even though they're unfamiliar with it, they're not scared. So that's what I'm seeing with this final stack and the rose. Those are all the stacks that I have for you all today. I hope you were able to find a stack that resonated with you or provided you with any sort of answer. If you didn't find a stack that resonated with you, maybe there's a video on the side that is meant for you, but you just had to sort of go through this one to get to that one. If there's a question you'd like asked in a future video or pick a card, feel free to leave that in the comment section. If I don't respond to your comment immediately, know that it's just being held for review, because I'm getting a lot of spam and comments don't show immediately. I hope you all are doing safe, staying healthy, and just being positive. If you have any issues, if there's any questions you'd like me to answer, just leave that in the comment section. Please stay safe and healthy, and I wish you the best of luck with your life, your family, nothing but health and happiness for you and all your loved ones. Please have a wonderful day, week, and year. Bye-bye.